101.7 Athens.
It is now time for Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs basketball on 101.7 WJSQ Athens. And now with the play-by-play, here is Jared Wright.
Thank you once again, Handsome Dan, and we welcome you back inside James L. Robb Gymnasium for the second game in our Appalachian Athletic Conference doubleheader between the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs and the Montreat Cavaliers, as Tennessee Wesleyan is coming off of a loss against Johnson on their home floor last week before the Thanksgiving holiday. They did play against UTC Chattanooga down there in Chattanooga, and also played Tennessee State at Chattanooga in a little exhibition matchup down there. So UTC played host to those two games, but the Bulldogs do not count those in the stats and the standings, although J.J. Ruckert did have another top-level dunk on an inbound set as he throws one down in warm-ups right here from Dwayne Farmer and Stan Harrison court. Bulldogs under Randy Casey in his second season, assisted by Jaron Tall. They come in 5-3 overall, holding that 4-1 record in the conference currently, as they find themselves in a second place position currently after being picked preseason 6th, and they look to continue mounting conference wins as best they can. Montreat, on the other hand, Anthony Behringer in his 4th season at the helm over there in Black Mountain, North Carolina, looks to get his Cavaliers increasing their standings. They were picked preseason a tie for 4th, but currently find themselves in a tie for 8th place on the men's side. They are 1-2 in the conference standings, and then 2-2 on the road, 2-2 at home. Of course, that means 4-4 overall, and they have picked up their most recent victory over in North Carolina at Carolina College, 82-81. Before that, they lost to Pikeville by 20, 81-61. U-Pike sitting at the top of the conference standings right now anyway. But the Bulldogs and the Cavaliers set to square off. A couple of players to note. One, for the Montreat Cavaliers, they'll be without their star guard, the junior guard, number 55, R.J. Manganiello, is 18.4 points per game. That is good for third in the conference currently. But Rayshawn Hampton for the Bulldogs, his 20.3 points per game is good for second best in the conference as it stands on the men's side as of right now. Again, Manny Corradado, the big man inside, he's still in the top 5 in rebounding. He's only played 6 games out of the 8 that the Bulldogs have had. 7.7 is his average, and he is still on injured reserve. His field goal percentage at 73.3 is still the largest in the conference as well. On the other side for Montreat, their leading shooter, 68.2% from number 14, Amari El Shusha. He is good for second in the conference behind Corradado. So active players, he is their leading scorer in the conference. And he also leads the conference in three-point percentage at 64.3 per game. Tennessee Wesleyan has nobody in that category. Bulldogs, again, set right behind Pikeville in the conference standings. Montreat in a tie for 8th place with Union and Bluefield, sitting behind Reinhardt, Truett, and Columbia International, who have a 3-way tie for 5th place currently. Bulldogs come in the best free throw shooting team in the league, 3-point shooting team in the league, 38.7% compared to the 32.7 for Montreat coming into today's matchup. Montreat, that's good for 5th, but Montreat is the 3rd leading scoring team in the conference. They average 80.1 points per game, and then Wesleyan, number 4 spot at 80. So a 0.1 differential in the 2 scoring columns. Montreat gives up only 79.1. Wesleyan does give up 80 as well, so kind of breaking even there against their opponents. Ironically, Wesleyan shoots 45.9% from the field, Montreat 42.9. Free throw percentage, Wesleyan still struggling in that category. They are at the bottom, near the bottom of the pack. They've improved a couple of spots, but they shoot 64.7% compared to Montreat's 68.3. Bulldogs get out rebounded several times. They only average 31.5 compared to Montreat's 38.4. But Wesleyan and Montreat turn it over about 14 times apiece. Both teams averaging about 8 steals per game, and both teams allow their opponents to shoot in the low 40s as well from the field and the low 30s from the three-point line, while giving up 38 rebounds by the Bulldogs, 33 rebounds by the Cavaliers. So it should be a hotly contested matchup between these two teams. Looking at the series going back to January of 2000, Wesleyan holds the advantage 28-17. They are currently on a 2-game slide as Montreat swept the Bulldogs last season, including a 93-96 loss over in Montreat that was played at UNC Asheville. They called that game over there from their big Kimmel Arena. 3-point loss there, and then it was a 12-point loss here on their home floor, 79-67 in last year's regular season. Last win for the Bulldogs came February 28th of 24. That was up in Kingsport at the conference tournament. They won it 87-77 after splitting the regular season that year with each team winning it. Bulldogs 16-6 against Montreat here at James L. Robb Gymnasium. In the series, Bulldogs averaging 83.4, Montreat 80.8 across those 45 games, previous games. They've had 10 one-possession games. Bulldogs 6-4 in that category. But Tennessee Wesleyan, good thing they're playing at home. They've lost 6 of the last 8 at Montreat by an average of 12. So friendly confines of James L. Robb is what they will try to use tonight. Wesleyan coming off their worst shooting percentage against Johnson, 41.4, 24-58 is their lowest of the season. Montreat coming off of their highest turnover game against Carolina, 25 turnovers on the night, and they had 15 steals to go along with it, but still a big turnover spot for a team that only averages 8 turnovers on the season. So let's go ahead. Let's meet your starting lineups. Coach Behringer, assisted by Ben McCricklin, Kent Otto, who's in his 16th season. He's been around the league for a while. They will start number 1, Zeke Bullington, a junior guard, 5'11", from Pearland, Texas. 4, Caleb Moore, senior guard, 6'1", from Wadley, Georgia. Number 5, Owen Stewart, a freshman forward, 6'5", Simpsonville, South Carolina, averages 12 points per game. Number 15, Aiden Taylor, he's a 6'3" junior guard, averages 13.6. He'll be the leading scorer out there for the Cavaliers. He's from Charleston, South Carolina. And number 22, he's a 6'4" freshman forward. Number 22, Owen Galeota. He is from Lake Wylie, South Carolina. 54.5% from the field for the freshman. As you can hear the PA announcer calling out the starting lineups here for Tennessee Wesleyan. And it will be number 3, Rashawn Hampton, the 5'9" sophomore guard, 20.3 points per game, along with 3 rebounds, is from Winchester, Kentucky. Number 5, Ty Runyon, 6'1" senior guard, 7.4 points per game from Athens, Tennessee. Number 12, Charles Neverdon, 6'2" senior guard, 15.3 points per game from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 13, Corey Marshall, 6'8" junior forward from Miami, Florida. And then number 34, Stratton Lavorne, 6'7" senior guard, 8.7 points per game from Shelbyville, Tennessee. That's your starting lineups here as we are set for the tip. 2 20-minute halves coming right up here for Tennessee Wesleyan and Montreat. Bulldogs, all-white uniforms, blue numerals, trimmed in the Vegas gold as the tip goes Wesleyan's way. Montreat man-to-man defense. Lavorne skying up, misses the first attempt. Out of bounds off of Montreat it will go. Montreat, navy blue uniforms, Vegas gold numerals, trimmed in white, as they will have Montreat College across the front, top and bottom of the numbers. Marshall catches a mid-range jumper, no good. Wesleyan with Tennessee Wesleyan across the chest above the numbers in the Under Armour uniforms. So here is Taylor taking it straight from the top of the key. Bucket is good, and just like the women, Montreat starts on top. 19 minutes to go already. And there's 2-0, just like the Lady Cavs did earlier. Wesleyan turning it over, missing their first attempt. Montreat women jumped out on top quickly, and Lady Bulldogs answered back. Saw a 16-0 run give them a big lead, but then lost it late in the second half to Montreat. Montreat has the ball go out of bounds. It'll stay with them. 15 seconds going to show on the shot clock. Inbounds comes here to Bullington. Bullington far corner guarded by Hampton out front. It's going to be Taylor taking it off the dribble again, high off the glass. Montreat quickly up 4-0, a minute gone. Hampton is attacking quickly, but he'll circle it back. Gets it out to Marshall. Marshall guarded away from the basket. He'll drop it off to Lavorne. Lavorne between the legs, crossover, 15-foot line. Drops it off to Runyon, had it poked away from behind. So Bulldogs another turnover here. Missed opportunity for Montreat. Gets a rebound for Runyon. Here's Neverdon up top. Hampton hesitates, goes into the lane. Jump stop floater is good for Rashawn Hampton. 4-2, Montreat in front. 2 minutes played. Coach Behringer calling out the play. Here's a answer back on the still column. Hampton poked it away. Runyon came away with it. Neverdon deep three, and it's good. Charles Neverdon from the middle of the Dwayne Farmer Stan Harrison Court logo, which is a deep shot, gives the Bulldogs a 1-point lead. He was standing on the ampersand in between the two coaches' names. Top of the key, it's going to be Taylor with it. They'll work it near side into the hands of Moore. Moore guarded by Lavorne. Switches off with Marshall guarding Moore now. Moore trying to get all the way in. Pass inside. Montreat misses the lay-in, gets an offensive rebound. Three-pointer is up and good. No, it's a two-pointer. Two-pointer for Montreat. They regain the lead, 6-5. 3 minutes played. Runyon over the shoulder pass. Lavorne for three, and it's good. Wesleyan's two deep balls give them the lead once again. Back-to-back three-pointers here for the Bulldogs. This time they lead it by 2. Out front, it's going to be Bullington with it. Wesleyan man-to-man defense. Stewart has it far side, gets it up to Bullington, drops it back. Three-pointer by Montreat. Eliota knocks down that one, gives Montreat the lead, 9-8. So back and forth we go. Montreat up by 1. Hampton has got Bullington on him, trying to get the hand checks pushed away. Bounce pass feed to Marshall. Marshall puts it on the floor. They're going to get an offensive foul on Marshall. Just a little too tough on the spin move as he went to make a move, and going to get called for the offensive foul, his first team first. Substitutions coming in for Wesleyan and Montreat. For Montreat, they're going to get Dylan Barnwell, a 6'9" junior center from Weaverville, North Carolina, into the ballgame. Not far from Montreat there. They'll come in, and then Wesleyan's going to get number 4, Sean McGee, the 6'5" junior guard from Columbus, Ohio, along with the high flyer, number 20, junior forward J.J. Ruckert, who hails from Atlanta, Georgia. Big screen from Barnwell for Bullington. Ruckert goes up, tries to get the block, and Bullington somehow gets the shot up and over Ruckert, who went straight up to try to block that one. Hampton bringing it down the floor for Tennessee Wesleyan. 15-foot jumper. Clings off the back of the iron, no good. Bulldogs poke it away. Neverdon gets it. Gets it up to Hampton. Now to Ruckert. Alley-oop and the slam. The one-handed throwdown by J.J. Ruckert. Everyone in the gym knew what was coming there. Hampton with a nice assist. Feed to Barnwell. Barnwell tries to dunk it and gets fouled on the dunk. 6'9" post player. This one's going to be on Ruckert. Just stand right in front of the rim, jumped up and pulled down the rim trying to dunk it. Gets bailed out with a foul call. So the Bulldogs will catch a breather at the line. 12-10 after the first made free throw. Coach Behringer again in his 4th season. Barnwell goes 2 for 2. Coach Casey in his 2nd for Tennessee Wesleyan. Full court pressure shown here by Montreat's Lawrence Cole against Ty Runyon. Runyon gets it over to McGee. Somebody's got to be open. It's Neverdon for 3. Off the back iron. Hampton went up for the rebound. Out of bounds it goes to the Bulldogs. Montreat's going to get a sub into the game. Near side official is having trouble with the whistle. He'll shoot it into the ball game for Montreat. Runyon gets it into Neverdon. Out to Hampton. Hampton out front, 14 to shoot. Ruckert to McGee. McGee around the top of the key. Goes right side of the lane. Off the glass, no good, but he'll draw the 2-shot foul anyway. Chance to pull the Bulldogs to within 2. Stewart picks up his first. And we've got our first media timeout here. Bulldogs trailing 13-10. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. WJSQ, WLAR, Jared Wright here, courtside in the upper deck, you could say, of James L. Robb Gymnasium, the last row here in the gym. About 6 rows worth of bleachers on the scorer's table side of the gym. So Sean McGee at the line. First free throw, clinks off the back iron. So he'll have another attempt. McGee from Columbus, Ohio, 54.5%. That's one area the Bulldogs have got to get better at free throw shooting. Does convert 1 of 2 at the line. 2-point game, 13-11. Montreat with the ball in the front court. Open for 3 on the far corner, a miss by Galeota. They'll reset it. Lawrence Cole with it, working against Runyon near side. Runyon right there with him. 3-pointer up and good for Montreat. El Shusha. It's a 16-11 game, largest lead of the game for Montreat. Bulldogs get an answer back from Hampton, though. Inside, cuts it down to a 3-point game. Coach Behringer calling it out. Mike Wade, senior guard, nearly throws it away, trying to get it over to Galeota. El Shush has it. Running floater, spins into it, and converts it. It's back to a 5-point game. Coach Behringer wants to talk this one over. He's not happy with what they're doing offensively. Bulldogs trailing 18-13. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back here out of the timeout, Wesleyan will have McGee, Hampton, Ruckert, Neverdon, and Zaylen Callahan, who checks in, the Powder Springs, Georgia native. Number 15, 6'1" senior guard. He'll be the inbounder. Hampton going to walk it up the floor. Far side. Hands it off to Callahan, top of the key. Bulldogs 18-13 deficit. Rucker, top of the key, gets bumped off the ball by Mike Wade. Wade was trying to keep up with Hampton, and Coach Behringer pleading for the explanation on that one, but it knocked Rucker off of his feet. Neverdon going to exit as Marshall comes back in. Coach Behringer still not liking the call, but agree to disagree. Looks. Callahan gets the inbounds. No shoosh on him from Fairfax, Virginia. Ruckert missed the three. McGee comes flying in, trying to get the rebound. Couldn't do it. Pushing the pace is Lawrence Cole. Cole in transition finds an open Galiotto. Missed it. Ball tipped up. Somehow Hampton comes away with it here for the Bulldogs. Chance again to cut it to a one-possession game. Hampton running floater, left side of the lane. No good, but a foul called. This one's going to be on Barnwell. Big man inside, his first. Third on the Cavs. And so Hampton going to go to the line for two, 75.8%. Makes the first one. Cuts it to a 4-point deficit. Montreat trying to make it 2 wins in a row. 3 in a row against the Bulldogs. Wesleyan trying to get back in the win column and stay near the top of the standings in the conference. Ruckert out, Lavorne back in. Hampton makes both of them. Hampton, 2-time conference player of the week already on the offensive end. Backing his way down was Wade against Callahan. Montreat keeping it on the perimeter. Wade has it once again. Gets it over to Owen Stewart, goes through the lane. A lot of contact. Makes the shot, pushes it back to a 5-point game, 20-15. 12:43 to play in the half. McGee goes up, strong take, gets his own board, and the tip in is good. McGee, good way to follow it and get the tip back. El Shoosh makes another three. Foul on 22, Owen Galiota on Montreat. 6-point lead, Montreat's largest. It's always a very physical team. McGee catches it middle of the floor. Marshall has it. Marshall into the paint, went up, trying to go up for it, and got stripped on the way up. El Shoosh goes flying in, off the glass, no good. McGee battles through tons of contact to get the rebound. Here's Lavorne. Wesleyan down low to Marshall, gets the bucket and the foul inside. And that one's going to be the second. Galiota. Shoosh will check out. Bulldogs shooting 50% from the field. Montreat 69.2, only missing 4 shots so far. 3 of 5, 60% behind the arc. Wesleyan 2 of 4, 50% behind the arc. Barnwell right back in for Galiota, who's got those 2 quick fouls. Shoosh with 8 points. Wesleyan's Rashawn Hampton with 6 points. 3 rebounds for the Bulldogs so far, individually. McGee misses the N1 opportunity. Walking it up the floor is going to be Stewart. Stewart gets a screen, goes right side. Lavorne right there with him. Lavorne got him on the arm. Going to get called for the foul on the shot. Stratton's first. His first, team third. Owen Stewart, 48.5% shooter from Simpsonville, South Carolina. Runyon coming back to the scorer's table. First free throw is good. 24-19, 11:51 to play here in the first half. Callahan will exit, so will Hampton as Neverdon returns. Moore checks back in for Montreat. Second free throw missed. Marshall collects the rebound in front of his teammate McGee. Coach Randy Casey calling out the signals. Good crowd on hand here post-Thanksgiving week. Marshall goes into the lane. A lot of contact. Ball loose. Barnwell comes around with the rebound. Here comes the Cavs. Drive circus shot no good. Marshall rips away the rebound. Moore still tied up with Marshall. The foul's going to be on Moore. Marshall had that rebound, and Caleb Moore comes flying in, the official says. 6th on to Montreat, so one more, and Wesleyan will get 1-on-1 for the next 11 and a half minutes. He called a foul, so Coach Behringer thought it was a jump ball. Now they change it, get their defense set up. Wesleyan gets it into McGee. McGee across the time stripe quickly. Marshall had a good backcourt screen set. Lavorne sets it. Now McGee running the point out front. Runyon to his left. Lavorne to the right. Marshall catches it middle of the floor. Gets it to Lavorne on the wing. McGee takes it to the right block. Spins towards the hoop. Gets the bucket off the glass. Bulldogs to within 3 once again. 11 minutes to play in the half. 24-21. Montreat still in front. Near side, Wade brings it, trying to get it to Stewart. He does. Hampton coming back already for the Bulldogs. Here's Stewart taking a drive. Kick over into the corner. Wade's 15-footer, no good. Runyon tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with Montreat. That allows Hampton and Bullington, the point guards, to check back in for both teams. Wade and McGee will check out. Inbounding it for the Cavs will be Aiden Taylor. Comes into Barnwell. Barnwell back to the basket. Hands it right off to Taylor. Guarded by Marshall. Wesleyan switched off defensively. And then Marshall, just a little too physical, is going to pick up his second foul. Again with Cordado and Amarion Barber on the bench injured. Wesleyan's presence inside is going to be restricted once again. J.J. Rucker into the game for Marshall. Marshall got that big presence inside, 6'8". Lavorne's going to guard Barnwell, so he's the guy that catches the inbounds. Taylor cut off on a double team. Wesleyan trying to get back to Barnwell, and the big man makes some moves inside, pushes the lead back 26-21. 10-15 to play in the half. Here's Hampton. A little hesitation dribble, gets to the right block, high floater off the glass. Did everything but go in. Rolled all the way around the rim off the backboard. Rucker just takes it away from Taylor. Literally just takes it away. Hampton step back three on the left wing, and it's good. Nice return in the assist column, as Rucker gives the assist right back to Rashawn Hampton, who gave him the big alley-oop earlier. Stewart working against Rucker. That should have been a 5-second call. Stewart goes all the way in, drives in, scores on the right side on a tough bucket. Hampton, transition bucket back, catches Montreat sleeping. Cuts it back to a 2-point game, 28-26. 9 minutes to play. Stewart out front. And a foul on Neverdon. Wesleyan committing some fouls here early, but Montreat, again, has got 6 team fouls. Bulldogs have 5. And we've got our second media timeout here at James L. Robb. Bulldogs trail at 28-26. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
WJSQ Athens.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium. Bulldogs trying to battle back. They've cut it to a 2-point game. Montreat's going to have it side out of bounds, 9:16 to go, 28-26. Bullington catches the inbounds pass, trying to get it to Stewart. He's got 7. He's been the man on fire, only missed 1 shot. Owen Stewart, freshman forward from Simpsonville, averages 11.9 a game. Bullington running floater, middle of the lane, no good. But a foul on the Bulldogs on the shot. We'll wait on the official to get through everybody to get that one called on. Lavorne gets his second foul, team 6th. Bullington at the strike, 50% shooter. He's 1 of 2 on the season. Makes the first one. 9:01 exactly. Second one for Bullington is off the mark. He'll stay 50%. There goes Neverdon off the pass from Runyon from midcourt. Knifes his way on the baseline. Makes the lay-in. It's a 1-point game, 29-28. Bulldogs need a stop desperately. They led by 2. Montreat's largest lead's been 6. They work it around the perimeter. Montreat brings it back to Bullington, open for 3 off a back screen. Missed it. The foul's going to be on Wesleyan's Lavorne, his 3rd, and that's going to bring McGee back in. 1-on-1 opportunity coming for Montreat. That one just looked like a bunch of guys tied up going for a rebound, and it's going to be 32, Jace Ramirez, redshirt sophomore, 6'6", from Concord, North Carolina. Missing the free throw. Montreat trying to save it. Instead, they'll step out of bounds, does Caleb Moore as he tries to run to the baseline to get it. So 8:25. Wesleyan can regain the lead on this possession. Hampton bringing it up the floor. He's got 11 to lead all scorers. 4 of 6 from the field. Working there strongly against Cole. Still against Cole. Step back long 2, no good. Rebound comes off to Bullington. Wesleyan. I think Coach Casey wanting the foul call, couldn't get it. Moore into the lane, lost the handle. McGee dives for it. Ball goes rolling out of bounds off of Montreat. Good hustle by Sean McGee as he got down there quickly. 7:58 to play, still 29-28. We're going to have to clean up some moisture on the floor. Good time to remind you that we'll be back in action with McMinn County next Friday, not this Friday. Next Friday right here on WJSQ as they'll welcome Hardin Valley to town. That'll be our last broadcast on this side of the season. January rolls around, or the last McMinn broadcast, and then we'll have Wesleyan the next day for another matchup there, or here, and that will feature a matchup with U-Pike, so that'll be a good one on the men's side especially, as right now they're 1-2 in the conference standings. That'll be the 13th of December, 2 and 4 o'clock. So those are our next 2 broadcasts to end the 25 portion of the season. McGee now with it after they clean up the moisture on the floor, across the Bulldog logo, right at midcourt. Ruckert sets a screen. McGee takes the 3 off the screen, missed it. Bullington skies for the rebound on the right side. They'll work it up through Moore, over, and goes to Cole. Cole lost the handle, ball loose, and then a foul at the last minute. Runyon nearly heaves it into the goal from 3/4 of the court. That one hit the back iron, looked good. Foul's going to be on Sean McGee. That's his first, team 8th, and that's going to send Lawrence Cole 4 of 9 on the year for 44%. Sophomore from Roanoke, Virginia. Goes good on the first one. 2-point game, 30-28. 7:35 to play here in the half. 2 for 2 at the line for Cole. Back to a 3-point game still. Just a one-possession game. McGee walking it up the floor against Stewart. Calling for a screen. Ruckert setting it up. No, instead he's getting the pass. Flips it right side to Runyon. Now to McGee. McGee back to Ruckert. Thought about the three. Hampton goes baseline. They get a blocking foul against Moore. His second, team 7th. So Rashawn Hampton will step to the line once again for the Bulldogs. He's got 11 points. Aiden Taylor back into the ball game. He'll replace Moore with his second foul. Oh, Schuss started to come check in. Coach Casey had Marshall ready to check in too. Both coaches pull their players back. Hampton misses the front end of the one-on-one. So Bulldogs still trailing 31-28. Runyon right there pressuring Cole at midcourt. He's our halftime guest in the women's game. Foul on Rashawn Hampton. They said he got him on the arm as he was driving by. It was a late whistle if that was the case. Hampton was just trying to help out Runyon from the wing, but Cole had made it all the way to the rim before the whistle sounded. Cole back at the line. Knocks down another one. 6:58. Marshall back in. He'll replace Ruckert. Mike Wade also back into the ball game. Second free throw missed. Marshall collects the rebound after he just entered. Under 7 we go, 32-28. Bulldogs trying to find an answer. It's been all Montreat for a majority of the first half. Neverdon with it. Trying to take it off the dribble. Lost it. Gets it to Marshall. Marshall right back to him. Skip pass up to McGee. 10 to shoot. McGee calls everybody off. Marshall sets a screen for him. McGee trying to knock his way through 2 defenders. Ball is tipped around. Turned over to Montreat. Stewart, three-pointer in the corner, no good. Rebound tipped out, and Wesleyan draws the foul there. Hampton's hands get tied up. Let's see if that's going to be on 32. That is. It's going to be on Jace Ramirez. Hampton went up for the rebound and got his arm just held down and hit the floor, but he's back up to take the free throws, trying to knock these down. It'll be a one-on-one opportunity. Barnwell back in. Callahan back in for the Bulldogs. McGee out of the ball game. Ramirez out of the ball game for Montreat. So Rashawn Hampton, 2 for 3 at the line tonight. Knocks down the first one this time. 32-29, 3-point game. 6:18 to play. And Hampton converts both. 2-point game. Just need a big stop defensively. Runyon's going to pick up Wade in the backcourt, trying to stay with him. Taylor gets to the left, or the far wing. Barnwell down low against Marshall, hooking. Barnwell trying to body up everybody, and he does. 4-point lead. He stopped after the first post move of hooking, but the big elbow came around Marshall. Bounce pass, top of the key. Marshall with it. Lost the ball. Runyon ends up with it. Now to Neverdon cutting. Neverdon blocked from behind. Fast break for Stewart. Montreat scores with Stewart. Owen Stewart putting another bucket in. It's a 6-point game. 36-30, Montreat in front. Hampton, quick crossover. Lost the handle, but it's out of bounds off of Montreat. Runyon's going to key it in front of Stewart. Owen Stewart with 9 points. Feels like he's had 39 already. In goes to Marshall, 15-footer on the baseline. Off the back iron, Barnwell rips it away from his teammate and Stewart. 5:15 to play. 36-30, Montreat in front. Wesleyan's led twice, 5-4 and 8-6. Montreat led every other time. Barnwell down low. Picks up his dribble, skip pass. They get it out to Stewart. Stewart loses the handle, ball loose. Ball still loose, never done. Gonna battle Taylor and get it. Now into Hampton. Hampton goes up for the easy lay-in on the left side. Bulldogs never stopped trying to get that loose ball as it bounced around everywhere. And Wesleyan's gonna commit the foul in transition. And Marshall's gonna pick up his third. And that's gonna give two-shot foul coming out of the media timeout to Montreat. So Bulldogs cut it to 4, 36-32 with 4:40 left in the first. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. WJSQ WLAR Athens, Tennessee, 101.7 FM. Shared right here. We're also online now at WJSQWLAR.com. Pick it up anywhere in the world. Montreat going to make a substitution during the timeout. Gannon Stockton, graduate forward from Greenville, South Carolina, will check in, but it's going to be Aiden Taylor. No correction, Mike Wade at the line for the double bonus for 2 shots. Wade 10 for 10 on the season. Step to the line with a 4-point lead, 36-32. Commentator's curse worked. He misses the first one. 4:40 remaining. They'll shoot back in. Callahan, Hampton, Ruckert, Runyon, and Neverdon for the Bulldogs. Second free throw is good. 37-32. Bulldogs, Ruckert out front with it. Gets it to Neverdon. Neverdon back to Ruckert. Ruckert takes the three over Barnwell's head, and it spins out of the rim. Barnwell a force inside. Don't have any weights on him, but he's a big fellow to move around. Wesleyan gets the steal. Hampton picks it up. Up to Runyon. Runyon goes through 2 defenders, finally gets the whistle on the shot. And this one's going to be on Stockton, his first, team 9th, and Ty Runyon is going to go to the charity stripe. Again, the local product, 85% shooter on the season. Coaching staff for Montreat trying to plead the case that it wasn't a foul, but Runyon knocks down the first free throw. 4:06 to play. Runyon converts both. Good job by the senior. 37-34. Full court pressure. Callahan picking up Wade. Wade in the backcourt. Callahan right there with him. Letting Wade bump him a little bit in the chest. Runyon almost gets the steal. Elshush keeps it. Runyon right there on him. Taylor gets the bounce pass. Takes a deep three and drills it. Wesleyan tried to cover it quickly. Just a knockdown three-point shooter right there. Goes Taylor. Taylor now into double figures. 3:30 to go in the half. Wesleyan trailing by 6. Runyon to Hampton on the cut. Hampton's layup is good. Hampton just kind of walking it towards Runyon, then made a quick cut, and Runyon, nice over-the-top pass to Hampton. Runyon picks the pocket here of Elshush. Ruckert trailing, picks up the loose ball, And it goes out of bounds off of him and Runyon. Runyon had it probably fouled away, but tipped away, and Montreat will take it side out of bounds in the deep corner. Approaching the 3-minute mark. McGee coming back out. Wade with it near the midcourt stripe. He'll drop it off to Taylor. Taylor sends it left side. Comes into the hands of Stockton. LSU spins towards the elbow. Takes a jumper. Callahan, good defense right there with him. Ball knocked away from Barnwell. Out of bounds off of Wesleyan, they say. 2:45 to go. McGee will check in for Runyon. Bullington back in here for Wade from Montreat. Inbounds coming from Montreat. Lob into Bullington. Hampton right there with him. 17 on the shot clock. Bullington still waiting to make a move. Montreat confused on the play call. Barnwell sets a big screen for Bullington. Hampton gets by it. Lob on the floater, no good. McGee trying to block it. Barnwell, put back is good. It'll be a 2-shot foul. McGee's going to pick up his second. Wesleyan just having trouble with Barnwell inside. I got him credited on the stat sheet with 5 rebounds so far. Makes the first one, 42-36. Or 41, sorry. 5-point game, 2:28 to play. Owen Stewart back in. He leads the Cavs with 9 points. Shoes has 8, 2 for 2 from behind the arc. He's out there on the left side of the lane to rebound. Barnwell misses it. Ruckert gets the rebound. McGee going to push it quickly up the floor. Gets it top of the key to Neverdon. Neverdon drives. Out front to Callahan. Callahan left side. Kicks it to Ruckert in the corner. Barnwell steps out on the 3, but Ruckert drills it right over him. Big time 3. Wesleyan not back defensively. Ruckert trying to block Barnwell. Ball tipped around. Barnwell comes away with it. Gets fouled on the shot once again. 4 is going to be on McGee, his third, team 10th. Wesleyan had to recover defensively there. Jack Armstrong for the Bulldogs, freshman forward from Taylorsville, Kentucky, checks in. He's going to have a big assignment with Barnwell inside. Ruckert and McGee were trying to defend him there on the quick answer. Barnwell makes the first one, 42-39. 2:02 to play. About you to stick around at halftime. We're going to have a special interview at least and highlight a program that we've not talked too much about before in our coverage, but women's volleyball coach Kylie Whaley will join us. We'll talk to her about their historic season run and just everything with the volleyball program. 1:50 to go here in the half. Hampton with it after the Barnwell miss. Hampton's 15-footer off the mark. Armstrong had it and taken away by Barnwell. Trying to get it cleared out quickly, but couldn't do it. Threw a bunch of arms. Barnwell sets the screen, but Bullington will take it to the far side instead and not use it. Neverdon out there on him. Elshush gets it to Stewart, left wing. Now to Taylor, deeper to corner. It goes back to Stewart. 6 to shoot. Elshush comes off a back screen. 3-pointer off the mark. Hampton gets the rebound. Bulldogs trying to push the pace with 1:10 to go. Callahan goes up, draws the foul. Ruckert was coming in for the slam on the putback if he could get it. Owen Stewart's going to pick up his second, and Montreat into the double bonus. Hampton leading the way for Tennessee Wesleyan, 17 points currently for the sophomore guard. First free throw by Callahan is good. 1:08 to play, 42-40. Barnwell will exit. There's 24. Stockton back into the ball game. Callahan goes 2 for 2 at the line. Cuts it to a 1-point game. 68 seconds to play. Taylor in the backcourt. Wesleyan tries to apply some pressure. Now it's going to be Bullington trying to get it across the time stripe. He does to Elshush. Over to Stockton for three. In and out. That one goes. Hampton, another big rebound there for the Bulldogs point guard. He's got three unofficially. Hampton takes it all the way in. Gets fouled hard. Out of bounds. It goes off of Montreat. Hampton slow to get back up. Now he's on his feet. Help from Jack Armstrong. 44.9 remaining. It's a 1-point game, 42-41. Wesleyan trying to regain the lead for the first time since the 17-minute mark. Ruckert finds Never Dawn in the corner, just off the back of the iron from long range. 35 seconds now. Elshush walked with it, no call. Ruckert gets the rebound, but then Taylor steals it back. Callahan takes it from him on the way up. Jump ball will give it. They'll keep it with Montreat. 26.3 remaining on the game clock. It'll be Montreat ball underneath. Let's see. It's going to be Taylor to inbound it. They'll reset the shot clock to 20 since it is staying with Montreat. Bullington around the screen, out front from Stewart. It's about a 6-second differential in game and shot clock. Stewart with the ball out front. Bullington sets a screen for him. Armstrong takes the charge. He was there. There is no way. Armstrong saw that one coming a mile away. That one is going to be on Jack Armstrong, his first, and Coach Casey's wanting the explanation on that one. They'll say the bucket was good. With 11.5 remaining. 3-point lead for Montreat. Owen Stewart back at the line. He's into double figures. Stewart misses the three-point play. 10 seconds to go. Ruckert clears out the rebound to Callahan. Callahan drives. Running floater over Barnwell. Missed it. Then Wesleyan throws it out of bounds. Ruckert does on Barnwell. Callahan tried to get the contact, couldn't do it. 0.8 seconds remaining. This is kind of an inbounds play set up for Ruckert. We'll see if it does what it did against Tennessee State. Ruckert on the lob, threw it down over. Quickly got it in at the buzzer, no shot. And so at the end of the first half, the Bulldogs have cut the 6-point lead down to 3 for Montreat, 44-41. But Montreat having their way offensively on this contest here and controlling the pace of the game, getting the Bulldogs into some foul trouble inside. McGee and Marshall both with 3, also Lavorne with 3 as they try to guard the big man in Barnwell inside. Again, telling you your halftime score, Montreat 44, Tennessee Wesleyan 41. We'll go ahead, let's take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back with an interview with Coach Whaley and some stats. Back in 2 minutes.
Athens.
Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, where we're at halftime of this hard-fought men's contest. Wesleyan trailing Montreat 44-41, and it has been a lot of Montreat and not as much of Tennessee Wesleyan. Wesleyan just trying to play catch-up the entire time. Hampton is leading the way with 17 points for all scorers for the Bulldogs, but just struggling to get some stops inside Montreat, much like the women did earlier, shooting over 50% right now from the floor. They average 43% from the floor, so it will be quite interesting to see if Wesleyan can make some adjustments. Again, 3 players that play inside with foul trouble with 3 apiece, Lavorne, Marshall, and McGee. They will have to find an answer somehow and create some double teams, but so many other good players for Montreat to not leave open. So we'll see what Coach Randy Casey and his club can figure out here in the second half. But as I mentioned kind of before the break, we get a chance to spotlight a program that we don't talk about very much, and it's, I guess, our bad. And I've not covered any volleyball games, at least on the live stream or anything. So I've now got the challenge that I've got to get here and watch some volleyball games as we have Coach Kylie Whaley with us. And Coach, obviously, I just want to say congrats on a historic season.
Thank you.
You've been here for a couple of years now. I believe this is your third or fourth year?
Fourth year.
Fourth year.
Yeah.
And just an outstanding fourth year that y'all had, setting the most season wins in the regular season.
Yes.
Tied the most AAC conference wins in the regular season.
Yes.
And then you had some individual highlights from some Lady Bulldogs. Megan Thompson, pretty sure she's tied the all-time digs record, at least, or has the all-time digs record is what I've heard.
Yep.
And then you've got Allie Hibden that's had over 1,000 assists on the season as the setter. And Amaya Sutton is now second in school history, had over 1,000 kills this year. Now, that's a lot of terminology that a lot of fans probably don't understand, including myself on all of it. I do understand some of the game of volleyball,
Right.
but let's just talk about the season and what was so different this year for you all. How do you sum it up? What was the magic sauce this year?
Well, one, I think I've said it all year, is just I think we worked really hard. Everybody's work ethic we are very like-minded in our work ethic. So I think that was big. I think our energy was big all season long. It was consistent from start to finish. And then I think we just had more depth this year, which was really big for us. And it was just nice to see it all come to life. It's something like my seniors, had really been striving for. Obviously, when you go back to year one, we had 1 win. And then year 2, we had 4. So they experienced all the hardship and the trial and the error. And so just kind of going from year 1 to 4, all of that prepped them for this year. And then the ones that we brought in last year, they did a great job of just jumping right in and upholding our standard. And so then this year, it just everybody was on the same page, fully bought in.
I know following along from home, and Chris Berry, Sports Information Director, puts those, game recaps out when they're over on social media, and you see that, and you start seeing, okay, they've added another win. They've got this winning streak going on. Looking here, you had 2 winning streaks on the season of length, we'll say, with 5 wins in a row against Bruton Parker, Piedmont. Then you step into Truett McConnell, Brenau, and then back to Truett McConnell. Yeah. And 5 wins in a row right there. That's probably a program record of setting something like that.
Yeah.
And then you have another one, it looks like later in the season, you go Truett McConnell again, this time at home, Montreat, Johnson, and Columbia. 4 wins in a row.
Yeah.
Was there just something that finally clicked in the season? I mean, the 5 in a row were early on in the season.
Yeah, the very beginning.
So did that help the rest of the season, you think? Was that a big factor?
It was huge for us. And that was a hard tournament. I mean, we played 3 games in a day, back-to-back. So we played, you said Bruton Parker, Piedmont, and Truett, And those were all sweeps for us. It was 3-0. I think we just had a ton of energy, which the weekend before that, we actually played at Lindsey Wilson. So we played some really tough competition. And I think that also helped prep us for, the next, we had a weekend off and then that weekend at Truett. I think that opening weekend that we played really helped prep us for those matches.
You talk about sweeps. I just counted them up. 13 sweeps.
13, yeah.
I don't know if that's a record. I jotted down a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds like a record.
Yeah.
But talk about some of the leaders of this program. You talked about the seniors that were here kind of in year 1. What has been the difference for them, and how have you seen them grow?
Oh my gosh. I mean, just to play a college sport and to be on the end of just traveling, doing all the traveling that we do and travel, 5 hours to play 45 minutes and get swept, in the previous years, like just the drive and the will and the work ethic to show up every day and continue to get beat, in those moments, like you got to have some tough skin for that. You got to have a lot of grit to want to keep going and just endure the process. And they really trusted in the process. And I think that's what's helped them from year 3 to 4 and just growing in that. They've grown a lot, as players. They've grown a lot just off the court and maturing. And, I mean, it's been awesome to watch for sure.
Let's highlight a couple of those.
Yep.
Amaya Sutton, that 1,000 kills, second in school history
Yeah.
in that total in a season. Kind of what is that? How was she able to do that and talk about her skills there?
Oh, man, I was just talking with her today just about her season and her career. She's had a great career here, which she was my very first recruit at Tennessee Wesleyan. So it's also been nice to just see her grow from her freshman year to her senior year, which she has been one of our key players all 4 years. But I think she felt some pressure, year 1 and 2, because we didn't have as much offensive depth. But those years, again, prepped her for years 3 and 4. And just day in and day out, she's got a great work ethic and drive, just a relentless pursuit to compete. And it's fun to watch and to see her just put up double figures many nights for us has been huge.
Obviously, Allie Hibden,
Yeah.
1,000 assists. That's helping everybody else
Yeah.
make plays out there as a setter. 1,000 assists on the season. That's nothing to bat your eye out.
Yeah,
either.
and a great job. She's just a sophomore, so to do that in 2 years, and we run a 6-2 offense, so that means you've got 2 setters on the court versus 1. So if you've got 1 setter that plays 6 rotations, they're going to touch the ball a lot more than somebody who plays 3. And so to have 1,000 assists in 2 years and run that kind of offense, that's impressive.
That is very impressive.
So that says a lot about her, and it says a lot about our offense as well.
Well, let's talk about you. Obviously, you played collegiately. We'll let you talk about your playing time, where you started your coaching career, and kind of how you made your way to Tennessee Wesleyan.
Okay. Well, I played at Milligan.
Yeah,
it was
that's the
Milligan
part.
College. Yeah.
That's the part I didn't want to hear, but
now
but it's good.
they're our rivals now,
Yes.
fortunately. But so I played there from I think 2010 to 2014. I had a good career as a middle. I was a middle blocker. And then I ended up coaching there for 5 seasons.
And went to the national tournament.
Yes.
And was part of conference titles there as a coach. So.
Yes. We got 2 conference runner-ups when I was there, but we had 3 national appearances. We might have been 3-year runner-up, but had 3 national appearances. And one of those years, we actually we made it to Sioux City, Iowa, which was huge. It was a great experience. So then I've just been familiar with the conference, and the goal was always to be a head coach, but once COVID kind of threw a wrench in some of that, I was working multiple jobs at the time, and then Toby Brooks actually mentioned this position that was coming open to Coach Bays, and so once she kind of planted that bug in my ear, I was like, okay, well, let me think about it, let me pray about it. And then when I came here on our last game that we played them that season, Toby came over and talked to me the whole warm-up, like whole 60 minutes, just, talking me kind of through the process. And Donnie even came over at that point, and then I came and interviewed for the position, and that's kind of all she wrote. But also, this is closer to home for me. Maryville, Tennessee is home. But, yeah, that's kind of how it all went down.
Well, see, and you give a shout-out to Coach Brooks.
Yeah.
Now, this is a joke that I have with him, and he knows this, but I've been begging him, doing radio for 5 years now. I begged him, hey, let's come up and talk about softball, and I still can't get him to come up here. But he gets a lot of credit now for bringing you all, getting you down here in the royal blue and white and the success. And, of course, he was a long-time volleyball coach as well and the softball coach here at Tennessee Wesleyan now, and he's had great success. So if he felt confident in your skills, that was a good, resume builder right there.
For sure.
So obviously, what is it about that you're trying to continue? I mean, this is year 4. We talked about it.
Yeah.
You've been recruiting, building up. Volleyball is still kind of one of those, quiet sports, I would say, in the East Tennessee area. There's some good programs around. But how do you go about recruiting? Obviously, you got a lot of local kids, but you've got kids from Cheyenne, Wyoming. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got kids nationally. How are you getting kids here to play?
Oh, man. I mean, I try to communicate with as many kids as possible. A lot of them, are through recruiting sites and things like that. Some are from me going out and recruiting at different club tournaments. Club volleyball is huge now. So, it literally starts in January and it goes all the way to June. So you can go anywhere and find, volleyball players. And then the local kids, I have a lot of connections around here, so that helps too. But the goal is definitely to win a conference tournament and to get, to that national level and to make it past the opening round of nationals, get to that tournament site. That's the goal for sure.
With the success you've had this season, do you feel like you've got a little bit of edge up in recruiting now?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And even just with the transfers coming in, a lot of kids are paying attention to kind of how we started and where we're at now. So that's kind of been a big, a check mark on some people's boxes of just kind of where we're at in the conference.
Well, I know it's thrilling. I'll promise you I will get to games next year.
Yeah,
it's
come
one of
on.
those in the fall. You got so many things going on, but
Yeah.
they play right here at James L. Robb Gymnasium.
Yes.
Plenty of space to come check it out.
Yeah.
You won't get hit by volleyball, I promise, but
You won't.
it'll be fun. And congratulations on just
Thank you.
an outstanding season and
Yeah.
everything you did. And we're going to let you get back as athletic director Donnie Mayfield's worried. She also doubles as the official scorekeeper on the
Yep.
book down here
Got
for
2
basketball.
jobs.
So,
Yep.
well, Coach Whaley, congratulations on a good
Thank you
season
so much.
and look forward
Thanks
to
for
keep it
having me.
rolling.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Coach Kylie Whaley she has to head down to the table and keep the book officially down there. Donnie's getting on to me up here, but just outstanding. There's head coach Billy Berry as he's grinning from ear to ear. Big baseball season coming up as well for the Bulldogs as they look to make a return trip back to Lewiston, Idaho under his leadership. And they got Good Friend Field and Athens Insurance Stadium. A lot of upgrades made, and so you start seeing the night sky light up with baseball lights this spring as they've got lights and field upgrades and clubhouse and seating up there. So that's 2 programs highlighting right here at halftime. As Kylie Whaley, again, coming off that historic season, and good to have the Montreat graduate come down and be in royal blue and white for the Bulldogs. So Tennessee Wesleyan trailing 44-41 here against Montreat. Bulldogs shooting 43.8% as they get the halftime ball. And Lavorne, Marshall, Runyon, Neverdon, and Hampton out there. Montreat 51.7. Lavorne inside. A lot of contact, no whistle. Wesleyan cannot buy a shooting foul right now. Bullington comes away with the rebound. Behind the arc, it's Montreat 4 of 10, 40%. Bulldogs match that exact mark, 4 of 10. 75% from the line, 55% for Montreat from the charity strike. They miss a shot inside. Runyon gets the outlet here from Lavorne after the miss by Montreat. Runyon gets fouled on the shot, took a hard hit to the floor. He's slowly getting up. This one's going to be on Galeota. Picks up his 3rd, team first of the half. Bulldogs turned it over 5 times. Montreat got 3 points off of that. Bulldogs, one reason they're hanging close in this one that Montreat's controlled, 12 points off of 7 turnovers by the Cavs. Bulldogs get out rebounded 20-16. They assist on 8 of 14 made shots. And the Cavaliers 3 of 15 made shots. Again, it's Owen Stewart with the lead of 11 for the Cavs. Runyon makes the first one here. Cuts it 44-42. Just over 30 seconds played here in the second half. Runyon. Looks like maybe somebody's got blood or moisture. Runyon having to get the towel. That looks like a little blood there from the fall, and they'll wipe that up. But Hampton leading the way with 17 points for the Bulldogs. Leading rebounders, J.J. Ruckert, 5 points, 5 boards. Leading rebounder for the Cavs is Barnwell with 6. Runyon misses the second free throw, so it'll remain 44-42. Bullington with the ball. Spins away from the help. Lavorne right there with Stewart. It's a tough matchup. Hampton right there on the hip of Bullington. Now they get it over to Stewart. Runyon picks him up. Trying to back Runyon down. Stewart spins to the baseline. Late whistle and the foul. And the shot is good. Ty Runyon's going to pick up his first, team first to the court or the half. Still just under a minute played here in the second half. That's going to send Owen Stewart to the line. And one opportunity is successful for him. Bulldogs trying to avoid the 3-game losing streak to the Cavs. Lavorne takes a jumper off the mark. 5-point deficit. Montreat led by as many as 6 in the first half. Right side, Bullington. Wesleyan never done. And Lavorne trying to switch off there. They switch back again. Lavorne's got Stewart. Stewart through the lane, finds open Bullington in the corner. 3-pointer in and out. Barnwell gets the rebound. Goes back up strong and makes it. 49-42. Barnwell just a force inside right now for the Cavs. Part of the reason they're shooting 50%. Offensive foul called on the Bulldogs. Marshall, his 4th. Ruckert's going to come back in. Moving screen. And so Marshall, another post player, going to sit down for the Bulldogs, and that one's a tough one. Ruckert back in. He'll guard Barnwell. Nobody's going to push Barnwell around inside. Trying to feed it into him. Runyon and Hampton helping out double team wise. Barnwell misses the running layup, hits the deck, ball loose. Runyon had it, could not gain full control, and Bullington, they're going to clean up the moisture as Barnwell hit the deck, and Bullington was just kind of circling it back out front to reset the offense. Just over 2 minutes gone. They clean up the moisture on the floor. 49-42. McGee's going to check in. He'll replace Lavorne. Nope, Runyon. So Montreat to inbound it underneath. Lob in from Cole. Lavorne went to grab it, and Lavorne's going to pick up his 4th. Risky play. Team second. Armstrong going to check in. Lavorne's going to exit. So a lot of frustration right now for the Bulldogs in white. Cole going to inbound it once again. Lob into Stewart, down to Barnwell. Armstrong, walk. Barnwell, he traveled with it for 5 minutes before. But Jack Armstrong's going to pick up his 2nd. Again, Wesleyan missing the injured Barber and Coronado right now to body up with Barnwell. He's becoming the X factor. He's only got 10 points, make that 11, but 7 rebounds and just running the offense through him. It's 3 for 5 and 4 of 6 at the line now. Makes the first of 2 and the second. 9-point advantage. Largest of the game. Ruckert catches it at the midcourt line. Thought about the 3. McGee with it now, top of the key with Cole on him. Trying to get Barnwell out of the lane. Now to Hampton. Hampton takes it to Ruckert. Finger roll on the alley-oop is good. If they can get Barnwell away from the goal, it will allow them to get some easy buckets inside. Hampton with another big assist right there. Here's Bullington, hands it off to Stewart. Now Moore gets the handoff right back. Top of the key, Stewart Fake the three. Ball stripped away. Ruckert with it. Gets it to McGee. McGee stripped on the way up. Wesleyan still struggling to get. It's got to be a hard contact foul where they hit the floor like Runyon did a minute ago before they get the shooting foul. 51-44. That was a foul right there. Armstrong got pushed off the ball. Finger roll on the other end, though, is good, and it's back to a 9-point advantage for Montreat. Ruckert for three, missed it. Armstrong battling for the rebound, out of bounds off the Bulldogs. Coach Casey wanted them to run the plays. It was a quick shot. Cole catches the inbounds here for Montreat. Stewart around the top of the key. Gets it to Bullington, now to Cole. Little three-man weave. Ruckert gonna guard them. Neverdon gets the steal after it's poked up in the air. Ruckert up and under, double pump, missed it. McGee's putback is good though. Second chance points for the Bulldogs. 4 minutes played in the second half, trailing 53-46. Owen Stewart once again just willing himself to the rim every trip down. McGee with it out front. Hands it off to Hampton. Hampton getting hit hard by Moore. Spins away. Floater in the lane, no good. Barnwell clears up the rebound. As good as Wesleyan has shot it all season. Struggling here. But you're going to struggle when the team against you shooting 52% and you're shooting 42%. Bullington out front with it. Guarded by McGee. Right wing gives it to Moore. Trying to get it down to Barnwell. Armstrong doing everything he can to front him. Hampton gets the rebound, then has it taken away, and there's the foul on Moore. Third on to Caleb Moore, the senior forward. Second on the Cavaliers. Inbounds comes to McGee. He'll take it up the far side, gets it to Armstrong. Armstrong looking, back to McGee it goes. And Moore's going to get another foul finally. These have been there for quite a while. Moore's got 4. That's going to bring Ramirez back in. And El Shush, Barnwell out. And Moore out. So Wesleyan a chance to attack inside here without the big man Barnwell in. 5 minutes gone in the half. McGee gets the inbounds. Armstrong comes up to get the pass. Back to McGee on the right side. Hampton trying to get free of El Shush. Three-pointer behind the arc is in there for Rashawn Hampton. Cuts the lead down to 6. 55-49. Bullington spins into the paint. There's a pickup by Stockton. Goes in for a strong take. 8-point deficit, 57-49. McGee out front. Lobs it to Ruckert, and he slams it down over Ramirez. 2 alley-oops for JJ tonight. That one, didn't think he was going to get there, and he still dunks it over his defender. Moving screen called on Ramirez, his second, team fourth. And that'll be a media timeout coming. Bulldogs trailing at 57-51. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Back in 60. Back here from James L. Robb Gymnasium, Bulldogs starting to inch back into this one. 57-51, they trail. 14:07 remaining in the ballgame. That was the first media timeout as they get set. Hampton with now 20 points on the night for the Bulldogs, 4 rebounds. Jay Rugert with 9 points, 5 boards, and 2 big dunks. Barnwell here back into the game for Montreat. Coach Behringer had seen enough. Puts the big man back in. He's got 1 foul. If Wesleyan can try to get some fouls against him. McGee in the backcourt. Gets it across to Ruckert. That one, bad pass. Wesleyan turns it over right at midcourt. Ruckert felt the big man, Barnwell, coming to get him. He really gives him a hug, but no call. Instead, it's a backcourt turnover. And it comes to Bullington. Clock under 14 now. Far side of the floor, Cole with it. Passes it up to Elshush. Drops the ball. Neverdon picks it up. Neverdon finds Armstrong. 3 at the top of the key, 2 strong. Coach Casey wanted an extra pass and to move the ball. Here's McGee out front guarding Bullington. Far side, Cole. Trying to get it down to Barnwell. He does. Armstrong trying to play him over. Barnwell, strong take, missed it. Ball tipped around. Montreat, offensive rebound, and then stripped away by Jack Armstrong. Armstrong dribbles it up the floor, gets it to McGee. Hampton open for 3 on the right wing. In and out that one goes. Looked good. Just could not get it to fall. It rattles out. Wesleyan trying to anticipate the pass. Hampton hit the deck. He's back up. Running floater by Elshush is good. 59-51, 12:55 to play. Bulldogs trying to stay with only 1 loss in the conference, but needing a comeback. Montreat trying to get to 2-2 on the conference, and there's finally a foul. This one's going to be on Stockton, his 2nd, team 5th. So Sean McGee will go to the line. McGee 1 for 2 there tonight, 7 points. McGee's first one off the back iron. Stewart back in along with number 22, Galeotto, who has been out with 3 fouls of his own. Callahan coming back for the Bulldogs. He'll replace Armstrong with Barnwell on the bench. So 2nd free throw coming up for McGee. McGee makes the 2nd one. 7-point deficit. Callahan guarding Stewart up the floor. Stewart carrying the ball a little bit. Callahan right there on him. Stewart, top of the key, mishandled it, gets it to Elshush, takes a deep 3. In and out the ball goes, ends up into Bullington's hands. Hampton swiped it away momentarily. Now they reset it. McGee steps in front of the pass. McGee going in. Layup on the left side, too strong. Ruckert's put back no good, but he'll get fouled on the shot. This one's going to be on Galeotto, his 4th. 2 shots coming for JJ. Rugert's got 47% on the season. McGee, a good steal there. Anticipated the pass inside. Rugert misses it. Shoots out, Taylor back in. 12-11 to play here in the 2nd half. Shot clock lights had turned on. Officials trying to figure it out. Button must have been pushed somewhere, but JJ misses both of them. Rebound, Galeotto allows Bullington to clear it out. 12 minutes to go. Still a lot of basketball. 59-52, Montreat in front. Out on the left wing, it's Stewart. Gets a screen from Galeota. Here's Bullington, drives. Head fake. Gets up and under on the lay-in. Little post move from the point guard. 9-point deficit once again. Here's McGee. McGee sidesteps through 2 defenders. Doesn't get the roll. Rugert with a rebound. Putback no good. Whistle comes on the putback. This one's going to be on Stewart. His third. Team 7th. Rugert goes back to the line. He's got 9 points on the night. Free throw missed. He's 0 for 3 now. .34 to play. There you go. JJ makes the second one. 8-point deficit. Cole gets it inbounds. Quickly into the front court. Takes it coast to coast, and Wesleyan just never stop the ball. 10-point deficit, 63-53. Callahan, transition, got it down to the baseline, then had to revert out. 10-point lead, the largest. Hampton hit hard on the shot. Can't make the shot, but we'll get 2 free throws coming. Lawrence Cole's going to pick up his first, team 8th. Sean Hampton stepping back to the line. 4 or 5 there tonight with 20 points to his credit. 5 rebounds and an assist. Makes the first of 2. Back to single digits goes the deficit. Hampton's second one is good as well. Just heard a compliment from Coach Behringer. He didn't realize Hampton was a freshman last year when these 2 teams squared off. Very impressed by the so far 2-time conference player of the week on the offensive end in the season. Bullington gets it. Hampton gets called for the foul right here, though. Trying to fight through the screen from Stewart. 11 minutes to go in this one, 63-55. Taylor going to be the guy to inbound it from Montreat. Gets it into Bullington. Galeota setting a screen for the ball handler, Bullington. Neverdon switches off with Hampton. Another screen coming. They go opposite side. McGee helps cut off the baseline. Shot clock down to 3. Neverdon right there in his face the whole way. That's a shot clock violation as it hit the side of the backboard on the padding there. Good defensive stand. Probably one of the best we've seen from the Bulldogs so far here this evening. Callahan takes it across the time stripe. Far side of the court. Ruckert sets a screen. Callahan backs up. Ruckert sets a screen again. Hand off to Hampton. Taylor hit the deck. Hampton trying to throw it, and it's going to be a errant pass. Hampton was trying to throw it over his defender's head and get it to Callahan, but it slipped off his hands. Runyon coming back in. Callahan's going to exit. Barnwell back in. Barnwell's just been the force for Montreat. Quickly, they get it into Stewart at half court. 10-15 to play. Armstrong coming back to the scorer's table. Ruckert matching up against him. Stewart down low. Offensive foul finally called on the big man Barnwell. Coach Behringer saying it should have been a defensive foul, but it's going to allow them to sub Mike Wade in. Armstrong in to guard the big man in Barnwell. Runyon with the ball as we go under the 10-minute mark. Runyon left side, 1-3-1 zone shown by the Cavaliers. A 2-3 zone. Running floater, McGee missed it. Hampton gets our offensive rebound somehow, gets through 2 defenders, somehow gets it out to McGee without a foul call. Here's Runyon for 3. Transition basketball right there. Bulldogs cut it to a 5-point game as they will stop play to clean up the moisture. And they're going to take the media timeout anyway. And so with 9:38 left, Wesleyan trailing 63-58. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60.
.7 WJSQ Athens.
Ty Runyon hit the big 3 to cut it down after Hampton was fighting off 2 defenders. They had to stop for the media timeout anyway and got the moisture on the floor cleaned up as Hampton and a couple of Cavaliers were on the floor on the far side. So Wesleyan has cut it down to a 5-point game with 9:38 to play. Inbounds comes to Wade. He'll control it. Runyon guarding him. Wade hit the deck. And so Wesleyan, it's part of the play. Let's see what they're going to call. They just got done cleaning the moisture, and Wade hit the deck, and they're still going to give the ball to Montreat, even though Wade traveled with it technically. I know he slipped on the court, but same things happened to Wesleyan before, and it's their home court and gotten called for the travel. So all the players out there trying to dry it up. We've had the mop out there on the floor. Part of the friendly confines of James L. Robb with the setup that's here. Air conditioner units put in several years ago to make it better than it was. Or over a couple of decades now. Wade with the ball against Runyon. Runyon right there on his hip. Barnwell sets a big screen, then another screen from Stewart. Runyon in the face defense, and Barnwell couldn't get down there quick enough, and they throw it away. Montreat, turnover. Here comes McGee with the ball quickly up the floor. Hampton was wide open. Nobody saw him. Hampton was already in the front court. Ruckert trying to get it to him. Instead, Runyon comes up and gets it. Taylor just staying right on Hampton. Ruckert, Euro step through the lane right in front of Barnwell. He converts it. It's a 3-point deficit. 63-60, under 9 minutes to play. What a take by JJ right there. Went right up against Barnwell for the lay-in. Out front, Hampton right there on Cole. The block is going to be called a foul. This one's going to be on Armstrong, his third. .8:36 to play, 63-60. It's going to be Lawrence Cole at the line. Cole 3 for 4 there tonight on the way to his 7 points. First free throw is good. 4-point deficit, 64-60. Knew this one would be a battle, and it's shaping up to be that way. Montreat, though, up by 5 once again. Bulldogs turn it over, couldn't get it inbounded. They throw it away. So Montreat, Wesleyan headed to a one-possession game before Montreat hit the free throws. And now a chance to extend it back to a three-possession game. Stewart with it against Ruckert. Ruckert battles, McGee battling for the rebound, gets it. Everybody all over him, and finally McGee able to come away with it. Runyon behind the back dribble, sends it near side to McGee. McGee spins through two defenders. Barnwell left his feet and still no foul call. Here's Cole, lost the handle. Stewart mishandles the pass, ball on the floor. Runyon with it. Runyon, got fouled. That's going to be a foul on Stewart, his fourth, and that was a correct foul. Stewart definitely grabbed Runyon and pulled him over on him. Coach Behringer still arguing that call. We'll see if he keeps arguing it. 8:03 to play, 65-60. Bulldogs tie Runyon at the stripe. 85% shooter. Runyon takes a deep breath. He's got 6 points. Misses the front end of the two-shot foul. It's a double bonus here for the next 8:03 for the Bulldogs. 65-60. Runyon converts the second one, 4-point game. He's our halftime guest here in the women's game. Runyon slipped on some moisture. Refs didn't stop that one. He finally catches up. Coach Casey was pleading for the stoppage of play, and then Ruckert's going to get called for the foul. Wesleyan's Ruckert's going to get called for the foul there. Delay a game warning on Wesleyan as they threw the ball to the other end, and frustration. Callahan returns for Runyon. Team fouls on Tennessee Wesleyan. Shot clock reset to 20 off the foul in the front court. Inbounds comes to Stewart. Barnwell going to set a screen. Instead, he rolls to the baseline. Taylor, looked like a moving screen. No call. Here's Wade for three in the far corner. Left wide open. He drills it. Montreat back in front by 7. 7:30 to play. McGee looking, gets it to Armstrong. Takes it left side, bounces it over to Callahan. Callahan taking it off the dribble. Gets stuck at the 15-foot line. He'll circle it back out to McGee. Step back, jumper, up and over the backboard. Wesleyan still struggling, shooting 40%. Montreat shooting 53%. Their best of the season by far. Lavorne in. Remember, he's got 4 fouls. 51% Montreat was in the win against Bob Jones for their first game this season. Walking it up the floor is going to be Wade, guarded by Callahan. 7:04 to play. Ball partially tipped. Montreat stays with it. Lavorne right there with Stewart. Tough shot. Armstrong, good box out against Barnwell. And good no call by the refs. Lavorne and Stewart were battling the hand checks for both players. Neverdon open in the far corner. They missed him. Armstrong pulls the rebound and the putback for the freshman. 5-point game. 6:34 to play. 68-63. Good follow by Armstrong. Coach Behringer calling out the play. Wade brings it around the top of the key to Cole. Stewart sets an off-ball screen. Far side, Lavorne guarding Taylor. And Lavorne's going to get called for the foul. That's going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity. Or no, they're going to say a shooting foul. Lavorne's going to foul out of the ball game. Runyon back in here. Injury bug for the Bulldogs. makes it hard to play a post game right here. First free throw missed by Taylor. Really should have been a 1-and-1. Taylor had not gone up to shoot or anything, but it would have been the 7th team foul. Missed both free throws. Ball never lies, they say. 6 minutes to play, never done with it out. Runyon back to Armstrong, back to Runyon. Runyon thought about the three. Step back 15-footer, a short. Armstrong battles Barnwell, gets the rebound. Ball was deflected. Hampton didn't touch it. It was tipped out of bounds. Galeota will back into the game, replacing Stewart. Hampton gets it into Callahan. Hampton smiling. Maybe he did touch it. Here goes a strong take from Callahan up against Barnwell, and he makes it. 3-point deficit once again, 5:40 to go. Bulldogs just got to get a stop. Each time they've gotten it down to a one-possession game, Montreat has rattled off a couple of more buckets to extend it. It'll be a full timeout here, 5:35 to go, 68-65. Bulldogs trailing by 3. We'll be back in 60 seconds. From JSQ WLAR 101.7 FM. Jared Wright here for this Appalachian Athletic Conference matchup. Bulldogs who sit in second place, trailing the Cavaliers who sit in 8th place by 3, 68-65. Cavaliers have it in the front court. 23 on the shot clock, 5:35 on the game clock. Wesleyan will have Hampton, Callahan, Neverdon, Runyon, and Armstrong. Barnwell, Taylor, Wade, Galeota, and Cole, the 5 for Montreat. Cole comes off a baseline screen. Wesleyan trying to help out Armstrong down low. Here's Wade on a take, stripped on the way up. Alpha back off of Wade's leg. Coach Behringer throws the clipboard down the sideline, no call. Runyon now with it. Bulldogs can tie it up or get to within 1. They got to within 1 early in the second half. But it has been Montreat at least a possession or more the whole time. Callahan steps through it and gets under Barnwell for the floater. It's a 1-point game. 4:55 to go. 68-67. Callahan, a good take there. Wesleyan's tried to challenge Barnwell, the big post player inside, several times here in the second half, and it's worked out. Take by Cole, though, on the other end of the floor. Pushes it back to a 3-point game. Callahan in control of the point position. Armstrong getting held right there by Barnwell, no call. Callahan and his defender hit the deck, ball loose. Let's see. They're going to get a jump ball. It will be Montreat's ball, so it'll send it the opposite way. Coach Casey, I agree with him right there. Armstrong was trying to make a cut and got held, no whistle before the jump ball. Moore and Bullington in for Wade and Galeota. Stewart back in here for Cole for Montreat. Going to clean up some more moisture on the floor. Wesleyan applying full court pressure. Jack Armstrong, the freshman forward from Taylorsville, Kentucky, playing really well here in the second half against Barnwell. Hampton still leading all scores, 22 points, as he guards Bullington. Callahan going to pick up Stewart. Stewart with 16 leads the Cavs. Off-ball screen. Now Taylor sets a moving screen again for Stewart. Bullington catches it. Neverdon switches off with Hampton. Stewart battling. Stewart stuck without a dribble. Finds Bullington open on the far wing for three, and he drills it. 73-67. Wesleyan trying to get an answer back offensively. Rolls off of Hampton's foot. He had to let it go. Now Stewart in transition missed the lay-in. Offensive rebound, though, by Moore. Will draw the foul. We'll double check. It's going to be the second on Runyon. 2 shots coming for Caleb Moore. So here's your foul trouble. Caleb Moore from Montreat with 4. Owen Stewart on the floor with 4. Galeota not out there anymore. He's got 4. Then several with 2 apiece for Montreat. On the other side for the Bulldogs, Stratton Lavorne's already fouled out. Marshall sitting on the bench with 4. Armstrong on the floor with 3. You got McGee with 3 as well. And then Hampton, Runyon, and Ruckert with 2 apiece. And so, looks like timeout called on the court. 3:36 to play, 73-67. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds, back in 60. Out of the Montreat timeout, Bulldogs have 3 remaining, Montreat with 2. You factor in the media timeouts, there's just more timeouts here in the college game now. But Moore is going to go to the line for Montreat. He'll step in for the first one, makes that one, pushes it 74-67. Again, the Bulldogs had it down to a 1-point game with just under 5 to play, and now a minute and a half later, and it's a 7-point game. Both free throws good, 8-point game. Runyon, Armstrong, Callahan, Neverdon, and McGee out there for the Bulldogs. Armstrong to Callahan. Callahan. Armstrong back to Callahan. Callahan, three-pointer, top of the key, rattles off. Wesleyan's Runyon hit the floor again. A lot of moisture down there. Bullington helped him up quickly. Now Bullington's got the ball at midcourt with under just at 3 minutes to go here. High post feed to Stewart. Stewart, Neverdon right there on him. Bullington takes a 3 and Runyon steps into him. Didn't let him land, so fouls the three-point shooter. 3rd on Runyon. 9th on the Bulldogs. Montreat already with 10, so they're in the bonus. Double bonus is Wesleyan. Bullington makes the first one. Nine-point advantage. Make that a 10-point advantage now. One more coming for Bullington. Missed it. 9-0 run for the Cavaliers is stopped there with a Ty Runyon three. Once again, 7-point deficit. 2:48 to play, 77-70. Callahan gets a steal on Moore. Moore bumps him, no call. Callahan goes all the way in. Floater is good on the baseline for Callahan. 5-point advantage. Bullington walks it up the floor, 2.5 to play. Runyon right there on Bullington. Hands it off to Stewart. Now Moore, here's Bullington. Runyon guarding him. 5-second call had started. Runyon slides his feet, gets in a good place. Drops off of him. Barnwell gets the rebound. Barnwell camped out in the lane and nothing called. Armstrong's going to pick up his fourth. So Barnwell, the big man, can shoot the free throws. He's 6 of 8. He's got 12 points. Hampton with 22 points, still leads all scorers. He's getting a breather on the bench. So Barnwell makes the first one. 6-point game. Cole into the ball game. Stewart out. Missed free throw. McGee brings it up the far side of the court, works it left wing. Skips the pass from Neverdon, gets it to Armstrong, top of the key. Armstrong, point blank off the back of the iron. Wesleyan struggling from behind the arc, 7 of 16. One of the best in the conference in shooting the three at 38%. Bullington somehow tiptoes the baseline, gets the pass back out front. Minute 35 to go, 6-point deficit. Wesleyan got a battle here, 78-72. Shot clock down at 6. Runyon commits the foul, his fourth. So 2 shots coming as both teams in the double bonus. Lawrence Cole going to go to the line here. 5 of 6. Wesleyan with only 2 players in double figures. Montreat with 5. Stewart 16, Barnwell 13, 11 for Cole. Bullington and Elishouche with 10 each. So Cole makes the first one. 7-point game. Montreat trying to eye the sweep on the night in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Missed the second free throw. McGee pulls it down. 1:23 to play. McGee trying to take it. Fights through 2 defenders and draws the foul. McGee hit the ground hard. This one's going to be on Barnwell, his third. 74 points for the Bulldogs. 5-point deficit, 1:18 to play. Stewart back in. And the moisture mops out there not picking up much as everybody's hitting the deck. Sean McGee will step to the stripe. 2 of 4 there today. He's in double figures now. 10 points, 5 boards. J.J. Ruckert with 12.7 rebounds to lead the Bulldogs in the board category. They're going to hold play on the free throws by McGee because it's an and-one opportunity. As they take a towel to clean it up now. Hard-fought game. A lot of sweat hitting the floors. And so McGee will have 1 shot. Coach Casey's already made the signal that if he makes it, they want the timeout. McGee missed it. Cole pulls off the rebound, 1:18 to play. Cole pushing the pace. Bulldogs going to have to foul. Runyon couldn't be the guy to do it. Cole, shot clock down to 15. Cole taking it all the way in. A lot of contact, no good. Barnwell skies for the rebound, clears it out. Fresh 20. Clock goes under 55 seconds. 79-74, Wesleyan trailing by 5. Runyon with 4 fouls cannot be the guy to commit it, but he's going to have to be. And the Bulldogs senior is going to foul out. And so Taylor's going to be the man to go to the line for the Cavaliers. He's 0 for 2 tonight. That could be a bright spot for the Bulldogs. Coach Randy Casey looking down his lineup, trying to see who he's going to throw in. And he will get number 24, Aaron Lane, the freshman from Kingston, into the ball game. Star player at Kingston up in the Knoxville area as Taylor makes the first one. 80-74. 46.9. Again, remind you our next McMinn County broadcast will be the 12th of December, next Friday, not this coming Friday. And Hardin Valley comes to town as Taylor makes both. And then Wesleyan's next broadcast will be the day after as Pikeville comes to town for a big matchup in the conference. We'll have both of those for you. McGee, top of the key, missed the 3. Barnwell pulls it down, clears it out. 33 seconds to go. Lane picking up Bullington. Bullington trying to get away from him. Wesleyan down 81-74. Now they look to foul with 24 seconds remaining. McGee's going to pick up his 4th. That's going to send Bullington to the, no, Taylor back to the line again. Taylor a chance to get into double figures. Will be the 6th Cavalier in double figures. And he does just that, 82-74. 24 seconds to go, and that's going to wrap it up. Even more so as Stewart's coming back to the scorer's table. He's going to check in here for Montreat. 9-point lead here for Montreat. 83-74. We're going to come into James L. Robb and get the sweep on the night. Get it 4 in a row, or 3 in a row against the men. Middle of the floor, McGee comes left side. Callahan thought about the 3, instead passed it up. Now McGee will take it off the back iron. Lane chasing him down the rebound. Gets it over to Callahan. He'll fire the 3. Missed that one. Armstrong, big offensive board. Couldn't get the putback, and that'll, last second, Wesleyan commits a foul. I don't think they were trying to. The official just decided to call something with 3.2 remaining in an 83-74 game. It's just going to allow Montreat to make it look worse, although they did handle business here today. Again, Wesleyan coming off the loss against Johnson last week. He's trying to get back in the win column. His first free throw is good. And Taylor makes both of them. 85-74. That'll do it. Bulldogs go down to Montreat. 5-4. Overall go the Bulldogs. Montreat 5-4 now as well. Montreat goes to 2-2 in the conference, 3-2 on the road, and have won their last 2 ball games. Bulldogs, on the other hand, 5-4 overall, 4-2 in the conference now, and 1-2 here at home, and they have lost 2 in a row. Again, falling to Montreat, 85-74, as the Bulldogs, 84-74, as the Bulldogs just cannot seem to get stops defensively and avoid the foul trouble with Barnwell, the big man inside, and of course the Bulldogs missing a couple of post players, struggling here inside. But again, before we take a 2-minute break, Bulldogs lose at 84-74 against Montreat. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Back in 2.
WJSQ.
Welcome back inside James L. Robb, where Montreat unfortunately gets the sweep on the Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs on the night. Bulldogs lose it 84-74. That last free throw was missed. Lady Bulldogs lost it earlier 85-71. But Tennessee Wesleyan men had the lead early in this one 2 different times, but Montreat retook it with just 3.5 minutes gone in the first half and never looked back. Got it up to a double-digit lead here almost midway through the second half at 63-60, and that's where the final score ends up in that 10-point deficit. Bulldogs did get it down to 1 point deficit, 68-67 with 4:55 remaining, but then Montreat rattled off another 9 straight points, and Wesleyan never could get more than 7 more points on the board as Montreat was able to close out with 16 points on a 16-7 run to end the game over the final 4.5 minutes and take care of business in the conference against the second-seeded Bulldogs currently in the standings. So we'll see how that shakes up the standings as Tennessee Wesleyan drops a tough one here. Looking at your individual stats, where Sean Hampton gets 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists on 7 of 13 shooting, 2 of 3 behind the arc, 6 of 7 from the line. He leads all scorers. Then also in double figures, J.J. Ruckert with 12.7 boards, 1 assist. He was 5 of 9 from the floor, 1 of 4 from behind the arc, 1 of 4 from the line. 10 points by Sean McGee, 2 of 5 shooting, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 8 points by Zaylin Callahan. Also had an assist. Ty Runyon ends the night with 10 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 behind the arc, 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. 5 points by Charles Neverdon with 2 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 points by Marshall Armstrong and 2 rebounds, 6 rebounds, and respectively. Jack Armstrong had a lot of minutes in the foul trouble situation that Bulldogs were in. 3 points by Stratton Lavorne, also with a rebound, and Aaron Lane coming in late, getting a rebound there. On the other side for Montreat, 6 players in double figures, 16 for Stewart, 13 for Barnwell, along with 11 rebounds, double-double for the big guy inside. 12 points by Lawrence Cole and Aiden Taylor, 4 rebounds and 2 rebounds respectively. And then 10 points for Zeke Bullington with 5 boards, 10 points, and 2 rebounds for El Shush. Round out the double-figure scores for Montreat. Looking at your team numbers, Bulldogs shoot 40% from the field, which was 26 of 65, which they averaged 45.9. 7 of 20 from behind the arc, 35%. From the free throw line, 15 of 25, 60%. On the other side, Montreat above 51% for the second time this season, 26 of 51. They do hit 6 of 15 from behind the arc, 40%. Charity stripe, they take 40 free throws on the night, 26 of 40, 65%. Bulldogs turn it over 10 times, giving up 7 points on those. Cavaliers turn it over 17 times, giving up 21 points off the turnovers for the Bulldogs. It was really the big thing that kept Tennessee Wesleyan in this for as long as it was. Total rebounds, Bulldogs get out rebounded 40-36. Montreat gets 13 offensive, Wesleyan 17 offensive, 27 defensive, 19 defensive in favor of the Cavaliers. Bulldogs assist on half of their shots, 13 of 26. Montreat only 5 assists on 26 made shots. Wesleyan 0 blocks, Montreat 3. Bulldogs do come away with 13 steals to the 6 for Montreat, and then total team fouls between the two teams is 49 fouls. Part of the reason that the Bulldogs allowed the Cavaliers to shoot 40 free throws on the evening, as Tennessee Wesleyan drops their second conference loss on the season, second in a row, and they've got to try to get it back together as the first half of the season is starting to wind down for them. They will host Georgia Gwinnett next Wednesday, and that'll be their next one, and we'll see what they can do, but that'll wrap us up here. Again, our next broadcast will be McMinn County next Friday, the 12th, when Hardin Valley is coming to town. And our next Wesleyan game will be against University of Pikeville on that following Saturday, the 13th, the day after. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate Coach Whaley joining us at halftime. Also Ty Runyon joining us for the halftime interview. But that'll wrap us up. Thank you to Handsome Dan and our sponsors, Handsome Dan producing the show back at the station. And appreciate you for tuning in. But until we see you next Friday, That'll wrap us up for WJSQ WLR Sports. This is Jared Wright. Have a great night.